Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. We're continuing on with the vocabulary reading for the Madinah Book series, Units 1 through 4, to assist those transitioning from the introductory class to the level 1A class. These vocabulary words are taken from page 16, which is in Unit 3 of the Madinah Book 1 series, according to the older printing of the book. If you're using the newer print of the book with the picture of the young girl and the young boy on the front, then the page numbering will be slightly different. The words that we have here today, the first one that we have, now here the important thing to keep in mind is that some of these words have alif lam in them. And so when they do have alif lam in them, then we will take extra care to make sure that we pronounce that alif lam in them. But the words may also be without alif lam from time to time, although the only one here is al-qamar. And one of the functions of alif lam, although we did not and probably will not cover this in class, one of the functions of alif lam is to identify something that only exists, and there's only one of them. So, for example, ash-shams, the sun, al-qamar, the moon, al-Kaaba, the Kaaba, and so on. So the first one that we have here, we have qaf with a fatha, mim with a fatha, and then a ra with a dhamma. So we have qa, ma, ru, qa, ma, ru, qamaru. And the reason why we don't have the tanween here is because of the alif lam. When you have alif lam, then you do not pronounce tanween. You only have one diacritical mark here being a dhamma. So here we would say al-qamaru, al-qamaru, al-qamaru. And still, even if we have alif lam, the same rule applies, that if you stop on a word, that you will not pronounce the last diacritical mark. So we would simply say al-qamar, al-qamar. The next word we have a jim with a fatha, ja. We have a dal with a kasra, di. It looks kind of like a lam, but you want to notice, look here at this dal here, and then look at this lam here. So the writing of them is a bit different. Look at the dal here and look at the lam here. Sometimes, because I've seen students with the reading sometimes get those two confused. All right, so the dal is going to be a little bit higher. If we were to have a line underneath this text, then the lam would definitely be a bit lower. So here we have a jim with a fatha, ja. We have a dal with a kasra, di. And then that's elongated with the ya, so that's going to be jadi, jadi. And then we have the dal with the dhammatan, dun, jadi, dun, jadi, dun, jadi, dun. And then the same thing, we're going to drop the final diacritical marks, the tanween, and we would just say jadid, jadid. Here you can kind of see the same form with that elongation of the ya there in the middle. So here we would say qaf fatha qa, dal kasra di, qadi, and then that's elongated with the ya. So qadi, and then the mim with the dhammatan is mun, qadimun, qadimun, qadimun. And then we would drop the final diacritical mark, so we would simply say qadim. Here, we don't have any elongation, so our sounds are going to be short. So we have a waw with a fatha, wa, sin with the kasra, si, kha with a khaf with a dhamma, with dhammatan, khun, wasikhun, 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 and then we'll drop those final diacritical marks. So we'll simply say wasikh, wasikh. Here, this follows the same elongation scheme as we had with Jadid and Qadim. So we have a noon with a fatha, na. We have a dha with a kasra, nadhi. And then that's elongated with the ya, nadhi. And then the fa with the dhammatan, fun, nadhi, fun, nadhi, fun, nadhi, fun. And then we would drop the final diacritical mark and we would simply say nadhif, nadhif. Here we have an interesting construction here, and that is we have the ha with a fatha followed by an alif, so that's an elongation, a med. Ha. Then we have a ra with a shadda and dhammatan. So we're going to hold that ra a little bit. Remember we said that the shadda indicates a ra with a sukoon followed by a ra here with dhammatan. So we would say harun, 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 harun. Yeah? And then to drop the final diacritical marks, we would just say har, har. Now, moving on, we have a similar construction where we have an elongation to begin with, but we don't have the shadda. We have the ra with the kasra and the dal with the dhammatan. And if you'll notice, this is on the fa'il form that we've been taking, fa'il. So here we have ba, elongated with the alif, ba, and then the ra with the kasra, ri, then the dhamma, the dal with the dhammatan, dun, baridun, baridun, baridun. And then we'll drop those final diacritical marks and we'll simply say barid, barid. And then here we have the same construction as nadhif and jadid and qadim. Here we have saghir, saghir. So we have the sad with a fatha, sa, ghain with a kasra, ghi, then elongated with the ya, ghi, and then the ra with the dhammatan, run, saghirun, saghirun. Same construction here with the kaf and the ba and the ya for elongation, kabirun, kabirun. So we would simply drop that ending and say khabir, not khabir, that's a kha. We would say kabir, kabir. Here we have a different construction here, but it's repeated twice. So we have a mim with a fatha followed by a fa with a sukoon. So this would be meth, meth. Then we have the ta with the dhamma followed by a waw for elongation, tu, meftu, meftu. And then we have a ha with a dhammatan, which would be hun, meftuhun, meftuhun. We would drop that last diacritical mark, the dhammatan, and we would just say meftuh, meftuh. And you want to make sure that ha is pronounced, and so you would end with that ha at the end. So meftuh. Here the same construction, mim with a fatha followed by a kaf with a sukoon, which would be mek. Then we have a sin with the dhamma followed by a waw with the sukoon for elongation, maksu, maksu, and then the ra with the dhammatan, maksurun, maksurun, and then drop the dhammatan, and you would just say maksur, maksur. Here is the same construction that was common in this page, the like jadid and qadim and nadhif and saghir. Here we have thaqilun, thaqilun. So we have a tha with a fatha, a qaf with a kasra, elongated by the ya, and then the lam. Thaqil, thaqil. We're dropping that tanween sound at the end. Same construction here. Khafif, khafif. So we have the kha with the fatha, kha, fa with the kasra, elongated, khafi, and then fun. Then we drop that un sound and we just say khafif. Same construction here. We have a jim with a fatha, a mim with a kasra, elongated by the ya, and then the lam. Jamilun, jamilun. Okay, and then we're going to drop that final diacritical mark there. We're going to say jamil. Here, this is like badid. This is on the fa'il form. So we have the waw, fatha, followed by the alif, wa. And then we have the qaf with the kasra, qih. And then the fa with the dhammatan, fun, waqifun, waqifun. Okay, and then we're going to drop the dhammatan at the end. So we would simply say waqif. And then finally we have the last word, which is also on the fa'il form. We have a jim with a fatha followed by an alif, ja. Then the lam with the kasra, li, and then the sin with the dhammatan, sun, jalisun, jalisun, and then we're going to drop the dhammatan and just say jalis, jalis. Okay, so that's page 16. Inshallah, we'll cover some of the other pages in the lessons to come.